All right. Call halam Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah Wakabah Wahadar Wada Abba Wa Abba Nawa Wa Alahaya Nawa Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah. Forgive me, the Racha Akodash, be able to come back and do another lesson, and hopefully something that could be edification, ammunition, reproof, um, defending or preaching the gospel or prophecy. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Yasha Allah. Shalom wa barakim ha'aman bakiyar. Shalom to say peace, abundance, soundness, and completeness. For shalom, all of the above. And wa being and, ha being the, aman being faithful, bakiyar being elect um, of Yasha Allah. And this lesson is only out to so-called Native American Indians, so-called Seminole Indians, so-called Native Negroes, so-called Latinos, or Hispanic, so-called, whichever one you want to claim. Only to be declared by what your father is, and only to be declared by what your father is. If that's what your father is, if that's what his lineage is, that's what you will be according to the Bible, Numbers 1 and 18, and throughout many other scriptures, because the man carries the seed, and that in truth that those so-called ethnicities are actually bywords of the curses of the Israelites, and that those so-called nationalities are people that actually go back to the biblical Israelites in truth and in fact. All right, it's your brother Shariah. So as you can see, we're getting straight into it. This coronavirus, I believe, it started in China and it's outbreaking. And this is prophecy, you know. This is prophecy. You know, people don't know what's going on. Like I said, they can't even, name it properly. This guy said, how is China trying to contain the virus when it has already passed onto the U.S.? And there's many ways you can, you can go into this, but with the scriptures, but we're just gonna go ahead and get into the fact that this is simply prophecy. All right, let's start with Proverbs. Proverbs 1 and started 27, I believe. Proverbs 1 and 27. Okay. So people don't know what's going on. We're gonna start at 27, and we're just gonna go Proverbs 1 and 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, and anguish cometh upon you, Shalakia, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but shall not find me. Because simply, the Most High is pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And, it says they shall seek me early, but it tells you in Sirach, just to show you the difference on what he means, Sirach 32 and 12. Start there. In the Apocrypha, it says, Salakia, not 12, 14. It says, Sirach, or known as the book of Ecclesiasticus as well in the Apocrypha, Sirach, chapter 32, verse 14. It says, whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline. So you're going to listen. You're going to bow your ear. It says, and they that seek him early shall find favor. But it just said back in Proverbs 1 and 27 or 28 that it says, or 28, it says, then shall they call upon me. Well, let me get the context. Verse 27, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but shall not find me. Early in that, when it comes, not early before it comes. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, you wanna instead of working hard, before the game comes, you want to try to work hard when the game comes. You know what I'm saying? And you're basically trying to practice in the game. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect to have the most masterful crossover, you know, shot, for Jake that play ball, or used to play ball. You know what I'm saying? Your shot won't be in rhythm. You can't expect any of that. You can't expect, to have lungs. You know, good wind in a race in a marathon. You know, um, if you wasn't training before the race came, you know, that would be your training. So you're not gonna find the lungs. You're not gonna find a masterful crossover. You're not gonna find a in rhythm shot. You know what I'm saying? Because so it's the same thing for the Most High. This will be likened unto the game time, the desolation, the destruction, and whirlwind. So all is being as a whirlwind. And distress and anguish, being that this is what this pestilence and these diseases are causing. You know, you're not gonna find him. That all those things being likened unto the game, the destruction and the distress and the anguish, and that's pretty much it. And him being, the, likened unto your jump shot. You know what I'm saying? The masterful crossover. You know, you wasn't with it before, so when it come time that actually need it, can't expect it to be there. You know, then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, they shall not find me. Verse 29. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. Verse 30. They would none of my counsel. So you hated knowledge. You hated the practice. You hated making sense. You know what I'm saying? You hated, actually seeking him early. But when as soon early, first quarter, first couple minutes in the game, that's early. You asking to practice. That don't make no sense. That's what he said, verse 29. For they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. That makes sense. Doing it the other way. As it tells us in Sirach 32 and 14. They would none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. It says, verse 31. Therefore shall they eat of their own. Salakia, verse 31. Proverbs 1 and 31. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way. Of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. So you're going to have to get it how you live. And that shit is not going to work. Verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Right? Because none of that stuff going to actually be able to help you. You can't get in the game and think you could just pump up your Reeboks. You know what I'm saying? Like they will show you in those stupid, commercials. That's the prosperity of fools, or drink some Gatorade. That shit don't work, man. You got to actually do what it take. It says, and most people know this, but they still try. Verse 33, but whoso will hearken unto me, right, will go, you go to practice, you making sense, Verse 33, whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. So that's really what this thing comes down to. We got a couple more scriptures. So, one more time for Sirach 32 and 14. Really quick, it says, whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline. Right? You're gonna take it in. You're gonna deal with it, and then it also goes into also, well, whose son is he that is not chastened of the Lord? What son is he? Paraphrasing. If you're actually being chastised, you consider yourself, blessed, man. Especially, but if you endure in it, Because sometimes he'll try, if he kill you, 14, Salaki, whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. So do what you need to do, Jake, because that's really what, you ain't got nothing to worry about, so I can go about this different. You can't worry, because ultimately, if you got any sense, the Father, he's in control of this. Second Chronicles 7:13, I believe. Now this is when Solomon was setting up, the first temple. It says, 2 Chronicles 7:13, if I shut up heaven that there be no rain, or if I command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people, right? So-called Native American Indians, Seminole Indians, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, you Israelites. This is what this all is about, man. It don't even matter. He said, if I send pestilence among my people. So this is how these spread and get here. Of course, they don't know what it's called because the Lord really exists. Verse 14. We're in on the know. You have exclusivity to the Father. He sets up his men and he talks to, those are his mouthpiece. His eyes said, the scripture say, your eyes shall see him, they shall no more be hid in the corner. Your eyes shall see your teachers. Verse 14, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Salaki. So that's pretty much that. So right now that's what's going on. He's gonna get a lot of jakes. Right now, you should be, real cautious, shaking people's hands. I know they say it's respiratory, but you got other, illnesses, manner of illnesses, because that's how the Father, he sends out his destruction by famine, pestilence, and sword. A couple more scriptures. We're going to start at verse 8, Jeremiah 14:8. Oh, the hope of Israel, the Savior thereof in time of trouble. Because all this is a part of, it hasn't started yet, but we're in the beginning of sorrows right now, which is, acting slowly, poking away at the button of, Jacob's trouble. And when it's actually pushed, you're going to know it. Jeremiah 14:8, the hope of Israel. Oh, the hope of Israel, the Savior thereof in time of trouble. Right? Once again, showing you it's only about Israel, man. All these other nations don't even matter, man. What happens to them is by default. It says, why shouldest thou be as a stranger in the land, and as a wayfaring man that turneth aside to tarry for a night? Verse 9, why shouldest thou be as a man astonished, and as a mighty man that cannot save? Yet thou, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, are in the midst of us, right? Nobody else. And we are called by their name. Leave us not, right? So all these other people, they better call on Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Israel, Israel gonna have to figure out who they gonna call on, because you can't call on the Lord. You don't even know his name. Verse 10, thus. It's more to it than that. Verse 10. Thus saith the Lord, or Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, unto this people. Thus have they loved to wander. They have not refrained their feet. Therefore, Yahweh doth not accept them. He will now remember their iniquity and visit their sins. So if you don't make it out of these famines, pestilence, and swords, that he's sinning in waves, until Jacob's trouble was fully hit. That you will be a part of this. That's why you want to be doing what you need to do, or myself included. But we ain't moving that way. Verse 11. Then it says, Yahweh unto me, pray not for this people for their good. When they fast, I will not hear their cry. And when they offer burnt offering and oblation, I will not accept them. but I will consume them by the sword, and by famine, and by pestilence, and by the pestilence. Salakia, verse 12. When they fast, I will not hear their cry. And when they offer burnt offering, which you don't do anymore, in oblation, I will not accept them, but I will consume them by the sword, and by the famine, and by the pestilence. You know? So there you go, man. Then verse 13 is another reason our people so bugged out. Then it said, so the Father, let me break that. So there you go, man. He not hearing that. He gonna kill you, man. You know, that's really, this is what the Father sends. This is all one of this is the proof prophecy passing that Yahweh was doing exactly what he said he was gonna do. He's gonna send famine, pestilence, and sword. That's how he's gonna consume Israel, because it's all this whole movie is about Israel, man. It says, then said I, verse 13, Yahweh power. Behold, the prophets say unto them, you shall not see the sword. That's these false pastors, these fake Creflo dollars and TD snakes got Jake bugged out, you know, and people on the internet, you know, speaking on a word that ain't have no business, you know. Neither shall they say, you shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you a sure peace in this place. This is a Sunday church sermon right here, service. Verse 14. Then Yahweh said unto me, the prophets prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them, which is, you know, that's all prophecy playing out. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, in the deceit of their heart. So that's their mind. They telling you their own goddamn thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Verse 15. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh concerning the prophets that prophesied my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Most High not playing around, man. You know what I'm saying? He not playing around. So, hey, that's really what this thing comes down to. It ain't that drawn out, man. You got the antidote. You know what I'm saying? You use it. You go get it. It's not that serious. So I'm finna get this last scripture and close out. Gotta go to this damn plant. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, just want to be, you want to be circumspect, you know, because, you know, these demons, they also, seeing what I want to get. These demons, they, you know, they also, Satan, he's one of his powers. You know what I'm saying? This is a part of his lot, you know. So 1 Peter 5:8, you know, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeing whom he may devour. You know, these people be having illness on them, want to, you know, you're in the truth, they want to shake your hand, now all of a sudden you sick. That's how the Father gets you, man. You can't escape, man. You can't escape. So let me get this in Sirach 32 one more time, and I'm going to get 14 in the Apocrypha. It says, whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. So, don't wait till the game start, man. And right now it's a game. It's a game. A lot of people got a game today. You know, everybody. It's interesting because everybody, like an NBA team, every NBA team don't play on the same days. So this isn't a game. Everybody don't have a game today. Some people is their lot. This pestilence might hit you. You might have a game today. You'll know. You know, so, hey, if the Father have mercy on you, spare you, you make it out, now you know. Seek him early. Now when this game, now when crunch time comes. So with that, you know, so with that, I'll say, Shalom.